Hopefully by now you have mastered potential energy. Today we transition and start talking about the 4 different types of kinetic energy. But there are some things I haven't told you about kinetic energy. So to recap, the energy of motion is called kinetic energy. Kinetic energy depends on 2 things, the mass and the velocity of an object. The faster an object moves, the more kinetic energy it has. The greater the mass of the moving object, the more kinetic energy it has. There is a formula to calculate the actual kinetic energy. It is mass times velocity squared, all divided by 2, or you could say 1/2 mass times velocity squared. Examples of kinetic energy are a windmill and riding a bike because they are in motion. So now I have a couple of questions for you to think about. Between the following 2 trucks, which one would have the most kinetic energy? Look at truck A and look at truck C. Truck A is 20 kilograms traveling at 40 kilometers per hour. Truck C is 80 kilograms traveling at 40 kilometers an hour. Which truck do you think has the most kinetic energy? If you chose truck C, you are correct. They are both traveling at the same velocity. However, truck C has a lot bigger mass, therefore has more kinetic energy. Now look at truck A and truck B. Which truck between truck A and B has the most kinetic energy? If you chose truck B, you are correct. They both have the same mass. However, truck B is traveling at 60 kilometers an hour versus truck A at 40 kilometers per hour. Those are easy to calculate just by looking at the data. But if I asked you which truck had more kinetic energy, truck B or C, they are not the same mass and they are not the same velocity. So therefore you would have to use this equation to solve that. I won't make you do that now, but I'm sure you could if you could solve by substitution. Now, the first form of kinetic energy you're going to learn about is sound energy. Sound energy is energy produced when a force causes an object to vibrate or oscillate. These vibrations or oscillations are movement that produces sound. Sound energy is transferred in longitudinal waves. Without those waves, we wouldn't be able to hear sound. Without matter, we can't hear sound. Here is your Freyer model note. Again, you will have to draw 2 examples, but I have given you the definition. Sound energy is produced when a force causes an object to vibrate or oscillate. Some important information. Sound waves are transferred in longitudinal waves. This next bullet point is very important. Sound can only travel through matter and cannot travel through space or a vacuum. So could you hear an explosion in outer space? The answer is no, because there is no matter to vibrate. So, as you learn about sound energy, you have watched this video, and you now know how sound travels and whether it can go through a vacuum or space. If you'd like an extra video to watch, here it is.